Hello chat, hello stream. Hello Incetaccio. We got a new emulator today. Look how much better the audio sounds in this emulator. It's crazy. Hello Lemon Guy. Hello Alexander. So I think today we can finish the shaders in this part of the overworld and move on to the next part. Just to get the base visuals right, I think we gotta make something for the corals too here. And something for this rock. Hello, Did Ads. I was working on this level today. I wanna get this ready for beta testing so we can ship it off to the beta testers. Oh, game was liking. What is so good looking? It's kind of sexy, yeah, I agree. That is kinda nice, the deep blue. I kinda like it. Oh yeah, I like that. Actually, maybe it should have a very slight bit of this, just for the texture. Game error? Sorry guys, I'm a little busy. We're doing some YouTube strategy on the side. The picture of the baby with the big boy. I don't know if I wanna present my daughter on stream so much. Hello, who was that? Thank you for the 13 months, Skyloft Sword. You've been here for longer than 30 months. You must have missed a month. So I definitely need new corals, and I need something for the volcano up there. And we need something for the cave here. So that's our mission for today. Yeah, 72 months sounds about right. Hello, X Fear of Darkness. You scared of the dark? Don't be. So this texture kind of looks like shit. Like there's no nice way to put this. This looks terrible. Even in IA8, it is not feasible. Holy fuck. Maybe make one. I'm not sure if you made one. Maybe you made this one. Just an old game attack. You have no fear of darkness. God, I love this song. Oh my god, it's so good. Hello, Naomi. Oops, that's the wrong texture. Or is it? This looks not nearly as terrible, but I'm still not really a fan. At least it has like a lot of texture, but you can... the edges, man. Plants, thorns and carrots and stuff. Yeah, I'm thinking there should be a bunch of parents around the entrance. The color's kind of bad, is it? What were you thinking? Redder? Oh god. Less saturated? That's kinda how carrots look. Honestly? A faded pine now. That's a very faded pino. Hello, Pappy Prinny. Alright, let's think about plants to put around the entrance. So, bunny burrow. We gotta look at a few. I want something more cartoony. Like this is kinda nice. This is more how I envisioned it. What if we put some flowers over the entrance here and then some flowers here? Well, let's look at bunny brushwoods if there's any flowers we can take. Where's the concept art I sent? I am not sure. You can send it again if you want. Mushrooms. Mel, hi Case, do you think using SketchUp is good for making eggs? I'm still beginning in that. That depends on your end goal. If you wanna use a week of your life to just make a fun, stupid little game, using SketchUp is fine. If you wanna make anything that is like good and you like wanna build skills, SketchUp is not fine. Beetroots. Oh, roots is a good idea. We have roots in here. We should just take a look around our level and see which elements we can reuse. This. Let's see. Was it this? This part? It's pretty similar to what we're making. Yeah, the plant's growing to the side. You have the pause. Carrots in front. I like the carrots in front. That should be doable. Can no clip into some walls. That's because the walls are slightly slanted. That's a bug in the Mario 64 engine. You're gonna have to unslant those walls and make them even. SketchUp is like a precision modeling tool. You need to be thinking like an architect, I guess. Alright. Is there a post for that Patreon Discord? Maybe I'm blind, but I can't find it. It is very old. But it exists. You can just DM me on Patreon and I will send you the link to it. Any OST wishes for today? These flowers are so nice. I should have a flower field like that in front of the entrance. It would feel so friendly and inviting. It's not really used, just happy to support. Yeah, the Patreon Discord is very rarely used. I do post some updates there sometimes, like maybe like once or twice a year. That wouldn't be known on YouTube. The Patreon Discord I kind of consider like the hardcore audience, where it's like I post stuff there that usually people on YouTube I think wouldn't care. THPS3, that's a game. Spyro Season of Flame. Are you designing with game design principles right now, or there design adjustments? We did most of the game design beforehand, where we kind of like mapped out the board like this. And now we're just trying to put some ideas in here and pick shaders that will look good on N64. And by shaders, I mean combiners, because when I say shaders, people get upset. Even though I am on emulator right now, and what you're looking at is shaders. Tony Hawk Pro Skater, all right. Let's listen to the Tony Hawk Pro Skater OST. You know, I had the idea that I should just buy all the samples used in the Mario 64 OST, because what if at some point I want to sell the RTYI OST? Are you going to be doing Banjo-Kazooie/Tooie level nameplates for the Overworld? Nope. That makes the Overworld feel very gamey, and I want this to feel placey. My videos got you into computer science? That is crazy. I got one comment from someone that's like, I revisit this video every time I learn something new about computer science and it makes the video more scary every time. And I think that's pretty funny. That's a funny effect to have on people. I don't think I'll get a strike for it, but the VOD will definitely be muted. Which means I will not make any money through ads on the stream. Bro added primitive color again. I don't need to get all the colors perfect on the first try, that's fine, because BioVec's gonna rework some of this anyway. Hello Sonic the Hedgehog 68. That makes the entrance look so much more inviting. He was pretty technical, so I wanted to understand more, and I kind of got into it. Ah, I see. A lot of computer science influencers you'll see are like very inaccurate and vibes-based, and they get a lot of stuff wrong. So going to my videos, I feel like it's a very different experience. You know, most YouTubers are YouTubers first and programmers second. So in that sense, I guess it's different. It looks like teeth of monster. What? Oh, I guess kinda. It kinda looks like bunny teeth, which I like. Trying to find some flowers that we can stick out there too, but I fear that this level may not have any. But I know which level does have some. Kinda not a fan of this OST, to be honest. The future is vibe coding anyway. You know what I'm really kind of looking forward in a sadistic and evil type way? All those people that do vibe coding and they're writing things where stuff like storing passwords and security becomes relevant. And they're just going to start like storing those in clear text. And this gets a crazy lot of practice. I think I'm just a gamer, honestly. I'm not very good at 3D modeling. I'm just good at hitting buttons fast. Like, yeah, I made this whole level like a year or two ago. I've gotten a lot better since, and it does look fine, I think. But it could be so much better. I will openly admit I have absolutely no talent for art like that. Used to breach into a sensitive database by typing abstract work way before vibe coding was a thing. Yeah, but I think vibe coding is gonna make that more likely to happen. Because the AI doesn't really have like the context of the whole thing, and they just kinda assume you're trying to do something simple that can be answered in like a Stack Overflow post, because that's what its training data is. The lava's bleeding. Don't know what you're talking about. Oh no, I just realized we're talking about AI again. It's over. It's another one of those streams. Did you use research function? This is a duplicate of another post. Closed. What are you trying to do? The thing you're trying to achieve is not worth achieving. Post closed. They love doing that to me, dude. I asked on Stack Overflow like once or twice, and both times it was like, yeah, the thing you're trying to do makes no sense. Closing the topic. Or it's like, oh, you're stupid for even trying this. Closing the topic. And it's stuff like, oh, when I compile under OS on GCC and do a multiplication, it actually assembles left shifts and additions instead of a multiplication, even though a multiplication would be 2 instructions less, and I care about data throughput. How do I get it to compile a multiplication? And the answer is just like, oh, the compiler knows better than you. Topic closed. Or like, oh, you're stupid, you shouldn't be trying to change that. And it's like, you fucking idiots. You guys have no idea what you're talking about. Where you search the textures for your hacks, do you make them, tell someone, order them from other games? A mixture of all of the above. kind of shit. Oh, that's kind of nice. I kind of like this. Who would rather get kind of wrong answers than most? I actually don't care if the answers I get are snarky or not, as long as they are real. Like, if I do something stupid and someone tells me you're a fucking idiot for doing that, this is better, then I would look at that and be like, oh shit, this is actually better. But most of the time, it's like, oh, you're a fucking idiot, this is better, and then it's worse. Because they don't understand the issue. That's what bothers me. Gotta randomize our plans a little bit so it doesn't look as repetitive. I'm very much someone who won't respond to tone of voice unless I think it's like relevant. No way convincing technical devs? Yeah. So do you do inline ASM them? Sometimes, yes. I did post on the GCC forum as well about a bug they had, and they just told me that I shouldn't be doing it anyway, so meh. Yeah, I think Lemon Guy, they just want to be assholes. How many images and things I support? 1. What's your favorite color? Turquoise, maybe? No, I was talking about, let's say you're multiplying by 7. So there's 2 ways to multiply by 7. The first is shift 2, shift 1, add, right? Or actually just 2 additions, so like shift, add. That's 4 instructions. The other one is you add 7 into a register, you do a multiplication, and then you do MFLO, which is 3 instructions. But of course the multiplication costs like 5 cycles, so it is slower cycle-wise, but it is faster data throughput-wise. So the compiler will sometimes just compile that multiplication, even though you don't want it, even though you explicitly told that you care about size more than speed, but it still won't make that trade-off. So how do you fix that? You can't, unless you change the way the compiler works or do inline assembly. But I mean, it is literally 1 cycle, 1 instruction less, and like 3 or 4 cycles slower. So the performance difference is probably below a nanosecond. So do you really care that much about that nanosecond? Probably not. Oh, that's the yellow at the green axis. Man, there's so many good looking plants here. Oh, what happened here? Why does this texture look so bad? Did I picked this texture? What? Huh? Why did I pick such a terrible texture? Oof. It's pretty bad. Okay, I can't listen to this garbage OST anymore. I'm sorry. I'm sorry whoever requested that. It's too bad. Anyone got another OST? Dude, I can't wait for people to play the Mario RPG section. The RTYI OST, it's a pretty good one. But I don't want to listen to it right now. Oh my god, the red here looks so cool. Okay, I think I just have to make new plants for the top part here. So I'm thinking we're gonna have plants grow out of here, like vines. Freedom Planet 2 OST, let's do that. Maracadwi, Maracadwi is a banger. I regret my choice. Unreal Engine is pretty bad. I actually do work in Unreal Engine at my day job, and even with like thousands of hours of Unreal experience, I'm thinking like if I make my own game, I'm probably not using Unreal. Smash Bros. Melee? Did you guys also hear Smash Bros. Melee in that song? This song is so Smash Bros. Melee. This is copyright infringement, honestly. What the hell? Yeah, that's a Melee OST. How many problems with mana this app? Yeah, sure. Oh, this is why I couldn't subdivide, I forgot to make these. You know what I'll never forgive games for? For not using matrix animations. Matrix animations are so much faster, and they all just insist on using proper skeletal meshes or whatever, and compute all the vertices individually on the CPU. Can't you cheat and put clipping tries instead? I don't know what that means. What is a clipping try? This is something about the Tony Hawk OST that is kind of relevant. It's like there's nothing wrong with the music, but the music also doesn't like make me feel anything. It's like so just generic doodling, and I feel this with pretty much every pop rock song. And I think that's exactly what you mean with the music is nice but not memorable. Said it last stream, but the one sign that a song is good for a video game is if you can meow along to it. If you can go meow 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 and like you do it to the tune of the song subconsciously, then that's a good song. Why would you not want to use Unreal to create your own game? What would you use instead? Probably Godot. Vertex animations will just store the pre-commute positions, right? You can do whatever you want vertex animation wise. You don't have to do anything. Been trying that meow thing recently, crazy how it's true. I made one more person insane, let's go. Okay, so this is terrible, I would say. Yeah, these vines don't look very good. The game be larger than 64 megabytes? No, I limited myself to exactly 64 megabytes. The final ROM is probably going to be exactly 64 megabytes. Meowing to Clanker's Cavern is some type of weird cheat, but it's heat true. You know what, I have a webs and vines folder, why wouldn't I use that? I like a vine that like cuts off. But also has some flowers. I think we'll find more in the plants folder. Godot? Godot. I talked to one person that's developing for Godot and they told me that they have a scripted interpreted language that you can also compile, which is absolutely amazing. Because that means you can test your changes to the code fast, but still compile the fast code. That is like peak, like, wow. It's perfect. I think this is a good base texture. There's no way it looks like that in game. It's gonna be closer to this. What if I use this in grayscale with an RGBA 32 by 32 for the color? I think that works. It's gonna have internet so you can make a cloud version of this? I don't think so. Which version are you using at work? The newest one. Why do you understand the hate for 5.5 specifically? To be clear, I don't hate it, I just think it's very performance heavy for unjustified reasons. I remember when I first installed it on my PC and just the test level ran below 30 FPS, which was basically just an empty scene. That's like, it can't be like this. We can make a less dense fuzz arc, that's not the worry. I just think the pattern of it is not nice. That's why I'm looking around more. This might have a nice pattern. I don't think this is a good one, but let me just make sure. Can I straighten them all out? Eh? It's not awful. Did you mean that? Yeah, but I don't like it. I said on UniV. Bioback showed this to me just recently. There's ice. There were ice on the texture. Oops. So I have two videos planned right now. The first one is a video about bugs that happen if you spend like way too long doing nothing on Mario 64. We're talking about weeks or months. And the other one is a video about why the Nintendo 64 was so blurry. And there's like 7 reasons it was blurry. Can I get some input on these? What would you like to see in those? Anything you hate about the concepts? Because I want to try to make a video that people will watch. Use a mobile forward render and trigger into thinking you're a full HD phone and it runs with hundreds of FPS. Ha! Hello, Ivan12987654. Yahoo! Hello, Sarah. You've been here for a while, Sarah. You didn't deserve that hello. Get back in line. Honestly, this doesn't work. You're watching me twice? Okay, never mind. You did deserve the hello then. You're all good. Come on. I think this might work as an alpha layer. And then we could have a second texture added on top that has some flowers and stuff. I have no idea what those words mean about Minecraft. I have never played Minecraft and I have never modded Minecraft. Actually, I have played a lot. I've played some Minecraft with my wife. And how do I explain this? It was weird. Like, we had fun with it, but they added these like weird things that appear at night and like attack you over and over, and they were so goddamn annoying, holy shit. Minecraft fans hate them too. Good. People voted for those? Okay, this is why you don't give players what they want, because players have no fucking idea what the consequences of their own actions are going to be. We were interested in making flag of Saber. Oh, that's why they appeared? Because we didn't sleep? How was I supposed to know? I like this part of the texture. Well, we were playing in multiplayer and we didn't have enough sheep wool for 2 beds. Besides, we were 2 people, like, the probability that we both want to go to sleep at the same time is so low that it just never happened. Yeah, I want the magic Azoi ones, these ones here. So we need to make the background fully black and then export it again. Two, 4, and then 2A0, I think. Okay, so something about the color here is wrong still. For some reason it appears way darker than it should, and it's black. Oh, I see. Should all people on the server go to sleep, you can skip the night in Minecraft? Yeah, I mean, I figured that would happen. I think I've seen that before somewhere, but that just never happens, right? So 2600 Civic and 64. No, but I think I had one until like 3 weeks ago. Actually, where did my Honda Civic go? We had a Honda Civic, and it's gone now, and now we have a different car, and I had to pay for it. I don't know what happened to it. I don't do cars. Okay, yeah, something's fucking with this. There's no way it looks like this in-game. There's more to it. I don't think I want to multiply texture on alpha by that. I don't think that's the right way of doing it. Well, let me just export it in-game, see what happens. Which is the texture that's going wrong? 22v3. Wait, that's not 22v3. Being a manager to cars and an area of cars, a big part of discussion is pain. I don't give a fuck about cars. Cars are so uninteresting. Bro, where is this texture? You know what, I can just add the texture to something. Oh, it's this one. Dude, I thought I had auto-pick formats off. The auto-pick format feature is the bane. It is the apple stuck on my back. If I was an oversized bug. I know jack shit about cars, but it's weird how pretty cars are progress over making the streets safer. Well, wouldn't you... Yeah, people care a lot about their car looking expensive, which I think is the wild part. Or about their car being like able to go really fast, but like you can never go that fast anyway. This is clearly just some stupid childish thing. Unless you genuinely like feel like, okay, I want this car because I love cars so much and this is like a thing I've dreamed of. Like I think about getting a big Pleco in my tank. I think, oh my god, I love Plecos. I've loved these since I was a kid. Like if you look at cars that way, sure, I can see it. But if you just do it because like you need to show how well off you are, I think that's extremely cringe. But also, your car is such a big decision and so expensive that this is like infinitely less reasonable. Hello, Asko. Okay, so the texture generally looks like this. Next question is why? It's not that. Oh, is it because I made the texture so dark? Duh. We get many overflows here. Absolutely schizophrenic combiner here. Hello, Yoshi Party. Nah, the colors look shit like this. Damn it. Okay, well, roads are already boring as hell. So when I'm in the car and we're driving somewhere, I don't actually look outside the car. Genuinely, I feel like my vision just disappears. And then I'm just at the location. Texture Zero Alpha is maybe a little bit of a too high multiplicator here. So maybe if we do subtract prim color, that could help. And we can make prim color low enough. And that allows us to increase this a little bit. I think that's about the best we can do here. Then we can make this darker. Honestly, that looks way better in black. Holy. Okay. And then maybe we should have this go further in like so. I get Carsick, I also get Carsick really easily. I select triangle on the floor once you go to gameplay. It's because of a bug in the export program. This is kind of sweet looking. My one annoyance. The flowers on the inside don't go darker. But this looks very inviting to me. Hello, Grafiktüftler. This isn't the only level I've been making progress on. I've been getting course 4 for the beta test ready. The beta test being, you know, me sending the ROM to one person, meaning like 99.9% of you guys will not see it. But I've been making good progress on there too, and polishing up course 4. It's a Christmas gift, kinda. No, the plugin is written by community. I have like one ultra minor contribution to it. Okay, if it looks a little weird from a distance. No, I think it really stands out and that's good. So just to recap, at the beginning this is going to be blocked by Pachyderm. Zayla, did you end up making the skip button? I want to add a functionality to skip cutscenes. Tell me what you think about this. So let me just get into a cutscene. I hate that in this new emulator the enter button doesn't open the ROM after I do that. How long until the game comes out? I don't know. So the plan is when you're in the cutscene, you will be able to hold A. And while you hold A, in the bottom left corner here, where the sidebar is, a widget appears that has the fast forward button and one of those Breath of the Wild circles around it. And as you hold the A button, the circle slowly fills. Once you let go, the circle almost immediately depletes. Once you hold A for 30 seconds or 30 frames, this happens. The cutscene just stops and you're right on the action. Yes, most likely Captain Dingpot. Or maybe. I can make a note for that. I will make a note. It should be doable. Give the palm leaves physics when standing on them with collision. It's good for replays? Yeah. Not a fan of the burns right now, it feels like a bit much to you. I like it. Well, actually maybe we should remove one of the carrots. No, I like 2 carrots. The only thing I don't like is that the flowers are still bright here. But I don't think I have the combiner space to fix that, unless I do something like shade color alpha. Wait, of course I can do that. Duh! Yeah, look at that. I can just... It doesn't work perfectly, but kinda. I see. Okay, that's pretty nice. I like this now. This is way better. It's the lighting outside and the mountain that makes it less natural looking, or at least surrounding the flowers. Yeah, The lighting isn't done or anything. So some kind of cool. Could there be some vines that radiate away from the flower hole? Also the leafy plants along the bottom make things a bit noisy. Well, these were supposed to be kind of like the vines radiating from the middle. So nah. Tough call. But it's fine. We're kind of only doing like a first pass anyway, so that Bioback can actually make this look really good in the end. Our goal here is to like throw together some shaders that work well and put some ideas into here. So if it's not perfect for now, that is fine. We're not trying to get it perfect. So the many senders them intentionally like they wanted to be welcoming, not like they just made a burrow. Well, they are very welcoming. There's the annual Carrot Festival. So in that sense, it being inviting is good. We want the player to feel invited. That makes the guy blocking the entrance even better. Because then it's like, they want me to go here, but this asshole won't let me. You know what I mean? Oh, the rain in the ship level is genuine, like 3D rain in world space, and I like it that way. Is the guy blocking that half? Pachyderm. Let me show you. This guy from Yoshi's Story. Screw this guy, I'm getting in. That's exactly the thing. The guy's gonna be in there and he's gonna be like, get me 10 coins or I won't let you in. And you can either pay him 10 coins or you can do a ground pound next to him, just like in Yoshi's Story, which will flip him over. And then you can just walk in. It'll definitely come out before 2030, I think. I remember playing Yoshi's Story as a dumb kid, I think before I was able to read, and I think I couldn't get past him, but I'm not 100% sure. You can't kill him by ground pounding the hat. He has the stop sign. You can't even get on his head. Okay, I need something KV here. Yep, he's exactly like me doing OOT. Hello, Tree Voxel. I did not write this. This is community made. Why wouldn't they want to gussy up in their home to look inviting? What is gussy up? I don't know what those words mean. Guys, how mad would you be at me if I took a gambling sponsorship on YouTube? I don't know why they think that I would take a gambling sponsorship. If someone is gassied up, they are dressed very smartly. Interesting. So like a monocle and a top hat. Honestly, I am a gambler, because even now I am still invested in the stock market, which literally is gambling. Like now more than ever. Well, it's almost always been unpredictable, but right now it's very high volatility. That looks kind of nice. I kind of like it. Oops. I'm feeling so gassy up right now. Gambling Center is a gacha game sponsor? Maybe. Powering of everything bubble just on Horizon, you're right. Okay, what do you mean the popping of the everything bubble? This is my general thing. If you make a prediction for the future and you're 100% certain of it, and you are not invested into this prediction with 100% of your money, then you're lying. It's that simple. Because you have the chance to become a billionaire here, and you're not doing it. So you're lying. That does look pretty nice. If I knew for a fact, 100% guaranteed, that the stock market was going to implode in the next half year or something, as in the bubble would pop, then I would be a billionaire by the end of the year. This is fairly exquisite. We don't 100% invest something, I have complete faith in, but I don't actually have faith in it. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm saying. Especially, you know, when there is such a huge potential benefit as becoming literally a billionaire. Even if you were saying, oh, I'm not that greedy, I don't actually want to be a billionaire, well, you could still be like, you know, donating that $1 billion that you would guarantee to make from that to a charity of your choice. There's people starving you could save if you were so sure about your prediction and you're not doing it. I have started, when I am sure of something, I started to just give betting odds. I think that's the perfect way to like convey a belief. You just give the betting odds that you would accept. I'm going to put some really hidden Easter eggs in the overworld? Yes. Do you see yourself making an original IP? Sure. Hello Voisal. Welcome to the stream. It looks so smooth to play. It is very smooth to play. I have fixed all this stupid annoying stuff from the vanilla game. You guys want to know how to actually get that star? I'm not telling you. But I can tell you it's not from here. Yeah, last time you saw this, it was literally just, you know, the geometry. Use the flight sheet. The game will not be bundled with a flight sheet. Only just out of reach from that side, particularly trying to get it. No, it has to be very clearly out of reach. Dude, there was a ROM mecha that at some point tried to patch in some sort of anti-cheat so you couldn't do that. And he was really proud of it. And then within like before the game even released, someone found like a way to get around the anti-cheat, and he was so mad. I did not patch BLJ. So what other shaders did I say we were had to get? Just these, right? Maybe this cave we need to do something for. And this part is gonna be made out of rock, brick. And I wanna get some vertex colors for this area here. Should this even... this shouldn't be sand. This being sand is stupid. Should just be sand. Grass. You seen James Lennon playing a Texas demo? Yes, I have. If I was any smart at YouTube strategy, I would make a video with James Lambert. But, man. My YouTube strategy at the moment is like, I will make a video if I must. And I must make videos to earn money. But that strategy, it's been working well. I ended up like paying someone to make videos for me, as in like the editing. I still have to do the scripting and all the footage. Saves a lot of time. And then because I did that, I had to get an agency to find sponsors for me so that I can pay the editing. And now I actually make way more money from YouTube videos because I have sponsors. but it has kind of commercialized my YouTube channel. But it also means you guys get way more videos, isn't that nice? Never again a boring lunch. Because you have my YouTube channel. Please do things other than YouTube. I have no idea. But I always watch retro game consoles when I eat, so that checks out. Yeah, most people watch YouTube when they eat. That's my target audience. Is it high quality capture of the Mega Textures demo? It's really neat to run on hardware. The lots work better on console than on emulator. Ha! That sounds like an emulator bug. Use screen shade in order to delineate the flower hole. Delineate? I can try them. I think what you're suggesting is a good idea. I've never heard the term delineate before, but I think what you're saying makes sense. That's pretty chill. Alright, let's see what you mean here. So, if I understand you correctly, you want me to try to vertex color this part here, so that when you look at this, it's like less obvious, like so. That does make sense to me. And I probably should be changing the color of this too. Something like that. And so could you use a technique like virtual geometry with the BVH cluster connecting to push polycount with your order? Not familiar with the terms. But zero overdraw, you mean like you have the drawing order like dynamically generated? Yeah, I think there is potential there. Okay, the next is for what you're working on. All kinds of people. There's a clear break in color in here. Oh, the clear break in color is just a Blender render bug because of the decals. So it doesn't matter. Make it as possible, perhaps something like that would be too. Okay, mega textures being possible is maybe a little bit of a strong word. When you consider the fact that the one room James made was already 40 megabytes. You know, it's this room here is bigger. I bet you would need more than 40 megabytes just for this area. And there's like 50 of these areas in the game. You would have to design the whole game around only using a handful of textures, I think. Are we going to meet characters from the level in the overworld as well? Maybe after playing Summit Says? Yes, that's planned. We have a lot of that kind of stuff in the design document here. So you will be very happy with that. Really, the one thing we want to maximize with the overworld is the feeling of aliveness and placeness. So I guess two things we want to maximize. But both of those are aided by that concept. Ugh, this is ugly. That's better. I don't like how thin this strip here is. Oops. Because I'm just gonna make it work. Sure, but like where do you stop here, right? Because obviously you could make a custom cartridge that has like a phone inside, and the phone just streams the entire output of the game to the cartridge, and the cartridge just renders that. Like, is that still an N64 game? You know what I mean? So if you use any hardware that came out after the N64 was out, I think you're kind of taking away from it. And going beyond 64 megabytes, in a way, is already part of that. I'm not hiding a PNG of a random cat somewhere. Sorry to disappoint. If you want PNGs of random cats, you should play only up 64. It's full of them. Man, those decals look really weird. Oh, because of backface culling. Duh. Oh, the black square is gone. Please tell me that the thing is still there. Fuck. The bunny footprints are gone. We gotta remake them. If we're lucky, the black square is gone and the feet are there. In my life, just to be the one who ports Mario 64DS content into Mario 64's engine. Why don't you just do it? I think bigger RAM isn't going nearly that far. Using accent bigger cards and bank switching was no technique to extend the life of old consoles back in the day. Well, it's still going further than what they had available, hardware-wise. There's also like the FX chip in Yoshi's Island, right? So are you going to say that like that was common technique, so we should be allowed to add new computing hardware to cartridges? Because I mean, as soon as we do that, we can do whatever we want, right? Yeah, I already draw the line before extra storage. So that they fade into existence? No, we are limited on the combiner space, Ireland. There is a limit here. I have to fade them into like darkness like that. It's the best I can do. It's the first 64-bug player roller. Maybe if we swap off Leela's version, it's gonna be fixed, but I don't know. So now we still have the cave here to do. Hello Carl, welcome back. Haven't changed the water at all. People have been telling me the water looks awesome since before the water looked awesome. Actually, people have been telling me that the island looks awesome when the island looked like garbage. Something's weird, for sure. I love that Blender changed the follow active quad comment. Oh, what the hell? Way more resolution. Answer that some looking side by the college is beefed up for crazy bank switching procedures and playback from multiple PCM channels. It's cool but not authentic. Yeah, like what's the point at that point? You might as well just use an emulator. The only parts that so far I am interested in giving an attempt is anything Recomp can do. So if the Recomp can target GameCube, then yes, I am interested. If the Recomp can't do it, then no shot. I honestly have no idea how much rewriting would be required to do it on GameCube, because I've never done GameCube. But I would imagine it's a lot. If my goal is to back what I on discount on the Tutorial Mac, but I'm just a simple blender artist, where do I even start? You start with the Mario 64 DS 3D models, and you get them ready for the N64. That will mostly be editing textures, because I think 64 DS has some 64 by 64s that you need to turn into color index textures or like multi-textures, which that's something you will have to learn, but you don't need to be a programmer for that, don't worry. And then after that, honestly, if you have all the models ready like that, like I'm sure someone will love to jump on that. Even if you yourself are not a programmer, someone will for sure do it for you. I have some of the S-Product N64 including a ton of program features. That's pretty cool. Why the fuck did my message about the emulator version get deleted? I have no idea. Fundamentals of programming documentation you create of Mar 64. Yeah, for sure at this point. I don't know, I feel like, okay, there's a thing going on where whenever you do something better than someone did in the past, there is the response like, yeah, but you're doing it in the future, so of course it's better now. But like, that's a little unfair as well, right? Because now you're saying, well, every time you do something later than someone else, then you're only doing it better because you came later. That can't be true either. There has to be some sort of middle ground here. Especially if you're breaking down the water for our galaxy. The pixel distortion in Mario Galaxy is probably... I mean, it's possible. Actually, you can just do it on the CPU. Yeah, I think you can just do that one-to-one almost. Wait, the version of the emulator from? Fnatic sent it to me. Should I mean this is best for my creation? Doesn't matter, whichever one you find most comfortable. But everything can be done better in retrospect. My assumption, as someone who was in the programmer, is that the OG dev team wasn't all familiar with C. I don't know if they were familiar or just kinda not very good, I guess. I wouldn't know. But yeah, being in the future for sure helps, but that doesn't mean that every single improvement ever is just because you're from the future. Like, there could legitimately be a skill difference. If you were telling, like, if you were saying Albert Einstein only came up with new physics because he was born in the future, I think that would be wrong. If he had been born like 500 years earlier, he would also have come up with new physics. He would still have been like an extremely impressive... Actually, who's the other guy? Euler, yeah. Isn't he fucking insane, Euler? Like, I don't think it matters when that dude was born. He was gonna revolutionize humanity no matter what. We get like 1 or 2 more Eulers and we're fucking time traveling to the past. Newton, yes. Actually, yes, Newton is who I was thinking of. And more experience with assembly than C at the time. I'm gonna be honest with you, looking at Mario 64 source code, the people that programmed the C code, I doubt that they were capable of programming in assembly. Except for Goddard. Goddard actually did like really good work. No, developers can be frustrated by the high-ups. Well, you can't be forced to jump 15 meters in the air. Yeah, I think so too, Fear. I also imagine when you are developing a game in assembly in a team like that, you have to be extremely organized and you have to be like extremely separate in who does which part of the work, or you only have like a handful of programmers. I think when you take combined time into account, I've spent or I will have spent less time on RTY than the Mario 64 team has spent on Mario 64. I don't think having a deadline really is the difference here. You cannot download the version I have, Lemon Guy. It is a private version. So the version you have that I've just found has been... Yes, this is a very modified version. That's not fair, they spend most of the time tripping over themselves. Yeah, that's true. Having many people at a project like this means you're going to trip over each other. And that is also very visible in the Mario 64 source code. That people were working very separately. Because a lot of things have been implemented multiple times in different ways. But yeah, no doubt that the original developers had things holding them back that I don't have. But they also had advantages I don't have, like, you know, an actual budget and more people. And but also they had to make the whole game from scratch. So there's trade-offs everywhere here. I think this has potential to look good. Have you been modding the game since you were a kid? There's legit experience gap here. Yeah, although most of that was in assembly. It doesn't take long to like learn a code base like Mario 64. It's not a very big code base, especially when you're also the one that programmed it. You have to keep in mind I only started programming in assembly 5 years ago. I have programming in C. And my first C program was Mario 64 multiplayer. It took a week to make. And I made a full Mario 64 in multiplayer on Unreal and 64. And that was before I had ever looked at the engine code. Because the engine code, when you're modifying in binary, is very difficult to read. It's a little unreasonable, actually, I think. Could you in theory publish this game on Steam if you replace Mario and other characters with your own? I'm not sure. I actually have to talk to a copyright lawyer about that or something. My first demo was like around 2021, if I'm mistaken. No, I was not developing it the year before. I made the first 3 courses within the span of like 4 months or so. Development on this game was a lot faster before I had a job. Which, yeah, that's actually also a disadvantage you have to keep in mind. I'm developing this game while I have a job, and I also have to make YouTube videos. So really my time on this is quite limited. I think we haven't quite finished 5 years of development yet, but I think we're close. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know, but I do have a full-time job outside of making this game. What is your job? I'm working in Unreal Engine 5 game development. Hello, Jimmy. Yeah, I do have a child too. I think it's definitely a factor. Like, no bragging, just like being completely rational. I do think skill-wise, I'm like at least like a top 2 or 3% programmer. Knowledge-wise, probably not. And I would say that, maybe I'm being an asshole here, but like I would say that the code I've seen in Mario 64 is like below average. Unfortunately. Even though I love the game, like, it is what it is. Character scripting, the Unreal Engine scripting? No, not really. But I mean, the Unreal Engine scripting is just there so designers can do stuff without always needing programming. They have one good guy in the menu. Oh, I'm not Carnage. So you have some different water since last time I checked. Have you figured something out? Yeah, we have some pretty good water now. I don't like these rocks here. I think the rocks need to fade into the wall. Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, except for Goddard, I'm like very confident about that Carnage. But Goddard, I don't know. Because Goddard has actually generally done some really cool stuff. Language barrier with the documentation is pretty plausible. But, like, just look at the shadow codes. I think if you look at the shadow code in Mario 64, like, yeah, that says it all. And it's not like you can say, oh, that's just not that important compared to the rest of the game. It's like, no, the code being the way it is meant that the game had significant frame drops. It meant that they had to try to do level of detail stuff. It meant they had to try to implement other optimizations. And they had benchmarked it, so they knew that it was very expensive to run. So I don't think there really is an excuse here. Do you enjoy working this more or not? This one here for sure. Yeah, I think so too, Fear. But there might be other stuff I'm bad at. Like, I don't think I have a very big knowledge base. Like, that's probably my biggest weakness. And it is because I never formally learned programming. I just kind of started doing it. Ugh. That overbrought everything. Not what I meant to do. Shit. This is what I want. Ooh, that's kind of sick. There's so many fans that have unused Mario sets. Maybe they used to have them at some point. Isn't having a job only a disadvantage in terms of like time? Yes, it means that 1 year of my time is like half a year of full-time job time. Yeah, I studied mathematics. I don't know if my engine will become a new standard, very hard to predict. There may be people trying to hack on my engine, but there may also be a lot of people that are like, the code is so complicated, I don't like it. That looks sick. I love it. Shadows are definitely important in Mario 64 so you can play the game. Yeah, or something like the Diodog sub. That's also like a very weird issue. Because it is fixable legitimately in like 2 or 3 minutes. Even if you don't understand anything about the code base. I bet you guys right now. You guys don't know anything about the Mario 64 code base? Open the Mario 64 decomp and look for submarine. If you're a programmer, you are going to know the fix for the like pretty fast. As soon as you find the submarine code. Seeing the code is like 70% of the work. Oh, not compiling with optimization I can understand, because you want your test build to match your final build. I don't think anyone said the shadow code isn't important to Mario 64. I'm saying the shadow code is like very unoptimized. Because they're doing like 6 or 7 raycasts and it's like the same 6 raycasts over and over, which is very expensive and slow. Yeah, of course it would have been faster with optimizations. I think game like Zelda has had bad code too, since it runs so bad, not even getting repair sometimes. Yes, but it's a lot more forgivable. With modern hardware, what we're doing is we're trading development time for hardware specs, right? So we're just kind of getting stronger hardware, and that allows programmers and designers to spend less time in creating something equally good. That's kind of all modern hardware is doing. It's just making it so that it allows programmers to like care less about optimization, which gets us bigger and cheaper games. So there's 2 ways to see this. The first is you are doing gamer rage and you're like, games no longer care about optimization. All companies are so lazy. And the other way is to be like, yeah, now that we don't have to care about optimization anymore, we can make games faster. Isn't that cool? Of course, I do care about optimization because it's fun to me. But I very much understand if someone does not and they just want to make a game that they like. Like, if that's your passion, why are we forcing that person to learn the ins and outs of some obscure tech? But I just loaded depending on the flag. Yes, that's what you should be doing. Well, finding a split screen, you mentioned it at one point, but I imagine the code base is written with only one player in mind and would be almost impossible in reasonable time. Yes, your analysis is basically correct. But also, I think it is possible to add multiplayer without it being too bad. And the way this would work is, we just kind of do a hack where the enemies consider the player closer to them as the main Mario. Alright, I think we have assigned all the shaders. Actually, no, the lighthouse. Look how poopy this looks, and the volcano. We need a lighthouse shader. Okay. For this, there's something very cool we can do. Maybe. Let me show you another shader that Akumoid made with me together. And maybe we can do something like that. You guys seeing this building here? And how the reflection of the metallic thing happens here? I think it would be sick if we did that. For the lighthouse. What do you think of this level, by the way? BioBike hasn't reworked it yet, so it's still a little ugly. And I kinda really missed on the graphics here compared to my Dino level. Some actually has transitional black holes. This area is fun. Oops. You don't know how you can rework it more? The colors are shit. No, it's not good right now. Don't worry, he can do it better. Looks so much better pre-rework compared to other pre-rework levels. I think course 15 looked better. Course 13 has nicer colors, but yeah, it's a lot more empty, so I can see the point there. Course 12 Looks about equal. Course 11, I forgot what it looked like pre-rework. Course 10. Looks about equal. I think that the texture on the mountain is terrible, at least for the development environment. The texture on the mountain? This part here? What's so bad about it? Looks fine to me. Glow made the color choice are orange and teal look great. Oh. Means the top one the textures are stretched? Well, obviously that looks terrible. For Sunshine 64, somehow you'd make it work. I don't know how, but you would. Yeah. Sunshine can definitely run on the N64. It's not even that difficult. Yeah, I even have a video here. 40 FPS on the real N64, no trouble. So look like an actual mountain, or look like a cartoon mountain. Maybe you're right. Maybe the textures are transition to something else up top. Yeah. This is just a random graphic part, don't worry about it. But Delfino Plaza pretty easily runs on the N64. Although you of course have to scale on the textures. Oh, I remember this. We had to put the reflective texture into a whole separate file because Fast64 would export it wrong. Fuck. Yeah, I see what you mean, Ouroboros. I kind of agree with you, don't worry. I think you make a fair point. Although it is not something I can spend a lot of time on right now. What do you guys think will be the next thing after crypto and AI? The next big stupid tech thing that uses a lot of energy and people will love and try to make a lot of money off? Because there, how many years was there between crypto and AI? Like 10? So the next thing we predict for 2031. So 6 more years until the next nuke. know what me. Let me see my visualization with Accumod here, so I can see the texture he had. Of course, it shows up as fully white. That's fucking funny. Oh god. This is the texture. It's so dumb. The metaverse? No, the metaverse is already old. The AI boom is not really stopping right now, at least for the next issue. Yeah, but we gotta get something else afterwards. There has to be more. There has to be more stupid fads. I too wish I was rich. I think we all do. Can AI make good Mario 64 textures? I doubt it. That's true, Yoshiwari, I think so. Also, yes, I hate when people conflate AI and LLM as well. Well, I don't hate it, but like, it is a little silly. That's true about it. No idea what this is gonna look like in game. Wait, what does this slider do? I'm not even sure. Okay, I'm thinking we might need a different material. I believe Yoshi light at the top. There's gonna be a normal light, because you actually do need to change the light direction to unlock a level later. Think about this combiner for a second. Okay, so we have a base color layer and then a layer of reflection, with this being an index of how reflective the texture is supposed to be there. So we could make this an RGBA texture with this as an alpha map. How do you just isolate the alpha layer on Photoshop? Anyone know? Is this the alpha map? Or the inverted alpha map? You think about it. The black is multiplied by the intensity. So yes, that should be it. Assuming these are identical, and they are. Cool. So let's get this down to 32. Oh, this might be Zena. Let me get the striped one, not this. Why is it so ugly? Are the red stripes the same size as the white stripes on a lighthouse? Could someone tell me? You see the AI people make for engineers with the stuff people make for art. The engineer stuff literally has all the features of the plane. I don't know what that means. That's funny, say Ferrix. Poland, oh no. Use it for tax law research and made many mistakes. That sounds about right. Well, I suppose the question is whether it makes less mistakes than the average person using it, and I would assume not. Because surely if you're using it, you are doing so because you're like absolutely clueless. Taxes is something a lot of people get very wrong. You still hear people say shit like, oh, if I make more money now, then I'll go up a tax bracket and end up with less money of my own. Right? That's like, that's the level you have to compete with. I don't wanna over me. I wanna make my game. Gonna try and shade the mountain on stream, or you're done after shading lighthouse? I'm not trying to do anything on the mountain for now. Wrong level. The funniest is Ed Grok, is this true? It's so funny. Prim Alpha, hello? There we go. Oh shit, that doesn't work. I forgot. Let me think about this. Combined minus prim by combined alpha. So combined needs to be at least 0.5. All 7 Fs across, actually 8 zeros across the board. And then maybe that works. See the light shining on it? Nope. The graphics is underflowing or overflowing. What's your extra opinion on Yoshi's Island? Yoshi's Island is one of the few 2D platformers that's actually good because they understand that digital buttons mean you have very little fine control. So making it work in a way where your acceleration and deceleration is really sluggish, like you're controlling a train. That's like the way to go. So that's why I actually kind of like it. So what the hell is going on here? The biggest creators on all of YouTube are all slop creators. Humans yearn for the slop. Yeah, exactly, Yuku. That's why I like it. Although I was very young when I played it, so it doesn't really mean much, I think. Dude, something unbelievable is going on. What the fuck? Genuinely, how is this possible? Let me just set this to 0. How does it look like that? It does not look like that. You're lying to me. It would not look like that. You're lying. It doesn't look like that. Am I crazy? Is this a song request? Okay guys, I have an interview I need to go to. I think what the plugin is doing wrong is that it multiplies the texture alpha with the texture when previewing it. So in-game, if the plugin exported my texture correctly, that pattern is not there, see? But also you see how this is yellow? Why is it yellow? I did not make that yellow. So something really fucked is going on here. Yeah, I will have to debug this off stream. I need to go now. So I'll see you guys next stream, probably on Saturday. Bye bye.